Joined by public policy specialist from the Northwest University, Pooe. TK, good to have you with us. I think many people, of all the breaking news that viewers can see regarding the ANC, the Free State Gauteng, I think the Eastern Cape and that particular issue for the ANC is probably the most important, knowing the ramifications.
I think that's actually, as you put it correctly, is the problem, that there now are spin-offs, basically, what you term ramifications, because it's basically saying that the ANC knew that they had problems in the province, and rather than actually dealing with them through a proper forensic investigation, they made a political decision, and now the political decision is coming back to bite them. And I think these 30 branches that are going up will actually use this as more as ammunition during the court cases to say, listen, clearly there are no processes and procedures in place. We can actually argue that we were actually dealt a bad hand, and that perhaps we should actually look at this.
From the policy perspective, how do you think the ANC should have handled this? Surely they would have known this many ANC members were unhappy. From a policy perspective, where did they go wrong?
When you actually look at the ANC constitution, I've always said that it's actually a bit outdated when you look at the rules, because I think the rule they're citing, the Ndebele Commission, is rule number 12. What it doesn't say, it doesn't actually make provision for what happens if people are actually quite disgruntled within the processes. The ANC constitution speaks about processes and symbols as such as when things go wrong, this is what happens. But it never speaks about, listen, what if there's certain individuals who are actually purposefully influencing the downfall of a certain faction? It says we should suspend them, but what has actually not happened in the ANC, we've actually never seen people suspended using policy for actually bad behavior. And I think this is not a new problem. This has actually been an ANC problem where they have not really updated their own constitution and policies in terms of when we elect people, and people are certainly disgruntled, what is the right way to actually take this? And proof of this is to see how many of the disgruntled members of the ANC are actually going to court. That actually just tells me that if I'm an ANC member, I actually believe that, listen, my internal processes are not working. Let me rather go to an outside source. You have to understand, being an ANC member is a voluntary thing. So you feel that if you're that disgruntled to that level where you'll take it to the court, that basically says this is a party which has not updated its policies and procedures.